Hey everybody, what's good? Welcome back to Office Hours with the Professor, the show where I say things. Today, I'd like to discuss something that's really cool that I've been noticing in the Chinese language, okay? Today, we're going to talk about reduplication. Okay, so before we get started today, I'd like to send a big ol' shout out to my friend and coworker, Manny Gomez, who is heading back to the States today after a whopping 7 years in China. Now, that's a long time to be here, and it's pretty incredible. Awesome working with you, dude, and I will do my best to get out and see you in Virginia when I'm in the States later this year. Thank you also for a year's worth of listening and advice. It's really meant a lot to me how you were always willing to listen and offer advice when I had something to gripe about. So thanks and happy trails and see you later. So to start today's discussion, what is reduplication? Reduplication is a linguistic process, okay, whereby a word, and we've got up here, okay, reduplication, and reduplication is a linguistic process whereby a word or part of a word is repeated, okay, and this could be for a variety of reasons. For example, adding emphasis like we do in English. In English, for example, I could say, this coffee is really, really good, to indicate that this coffee has surpassed mere really goodness and achieved something even greater. It's moved on to the nirvana-like level of really, really goodness, right? Now, Chinese loves reduplication, and you hear it all the time, okay? So to continue this coffee example, okay, with really, really good, right, we could say in Chinese, hao hao he. So let's write that down, okay? Let's see, here we go. Excuse my handwriting. What's in here? I think, correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, yo, I remember now. Little person. Is that right? I think it's right. Is that right? I think it's right. Okay, so anyway, how, okay, and let's write down the transliteration. How, okay. And what does this mean? Well, literally, and remember, this is for really, really good in Chinese, right? And what this literally means is good drink. Good drink, okay? And so this good drink is an example of reduplication because you're saying is not just good drink, it's good drink, right? Now, this reduplication is also used on nouns, okay? So let's look at that. On nouns and people's names also, to make them diminutive, okay? And it's as such used a great deal in Chinese nicknames, okay? Now, for example, there's a close friend of mine, one of my closest Chinese friends, all right, is named Jing. Okay, so here's our romanization, and I think we write her name like this. Pardon the skip, I actually forgot how to write it, so I had to go back and check my notes. But anyway, here it is, okay, Jing. And what this really means, the meaning of this Jing is quiet, okay? So my friend, her personal name is Jing, but she's known to her friends as Jing Jing, which means quiet. All right, so this is my friend's, at least her nickname, or the way that everybody knows her. Jing jing. Okay, or as I like to say, quiet quiet. Okay, and so my name in Chinese. Let's take a look at my name in Chinese. My name in Chinese is this. Bai Shi. Okay. Easy to write. Bai Shi. And what is the meaning of Bai Shi? It means white west. So at any rate, the nice old lunch lady at my school's cafeteria likes to call me Shishi as a kind of a pet name, a cute nickname. So she'll call me this. Shishi. Okay, so we can, so once again, reduplication of a name to make it diminutive, kind of cute, kind of familiar, kind of a nickname. It would be like calling someone named, calling someone named John, Johnny, right? Something like that. But at any rate, we can also reduplicate words. We can reduplicate verbs in Chinese, okay? And we would reduplicate them for roughly the same kind of effect as in English we would say, take a blah, 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 right? So if I want to say, let me have a look, right? We could say, 给我看看. So here we go. 给我看看. 给我看看, okay? And what does this mean? Literally, I mean, we would use it to say, hey, let me have a look at that. But what this literally means is, give me, look, right? So, 给, give, 我, I, myself, me, or 看看, look. So, give me, look. Right, so there's more reduplication if we're wanting to use, maybe have some sort of an action, and we're going to do this action for a moment and then stop. So there's also in Chinese one more thing, a lot of, and this reduplication we're seeing is everywhere in the Chinese language, right? Well, there's also a lot of what I like to call semantic reduplication, okay? So that is, even if a word itself is not reduplicated, its meaning very often is reduplicated, okay? So let's look at a few examples. So let's write that down, semantic reduplication. All right, so what is semantic? Semantic is meaning, so reduplication of meaning, right? Okay, so first one. Pengyou, all right, and pengyou is the Chinese word for friends. So let's write that down. Pengyou. Pengyou means friends, okay, but in actuality, peng and you both are single words for friends. So if you put these together for the compound word pengyou, really a more accurate translation of this could be something like friend pal. Right, something like that. Now let's take a look at another one. Okay, this is a hard one. Maybe I won't remember how to write it. All right, 睡觉, right? And sorry about that. All right, 睡觉, and this is the word for to sleep. Okay, so 睡. 睡觉. This is the word for to go to sleep or to sleep, right? And what both of these by themselves mean, right? 睡 means sleep, so does 觉. So really what we're saying when we say 睡觉 is something like slumber sleep, right? So it should also be noted that the second part of this word, 觉, this 觉, it has several meanings, only one of them being to sleep. Okay, so before I get any scathing comments, I thought I would clear that up. Whoops, dropped my pen cap. All right, so here's number 3 for semantic reduplication. How about this one? Is that all right? Yeah, I think that notes, sorry. Yeah, that's right. Oh man, I rule. Oh man. Okay, so 思想, okay? 思想. Okay, is both of these individually mean to think, all right? So if I put them together into a compound word, what is this? This is something along the lines of ponder think, okay? Something like that. So and this is what we say when we want to say, let me think or something like that, right? So this is what we're saying. We have these 3 examples, right? 朋友 for friend, 睡觉 for to sleep, and 思想 for to think, right? And so all of these, we're basically taking one syllable word meaning to sleep or to think or friend, and then we're pairing it with a synonym. So we're putting these 2 synonyms together into a compound word, what I like to call semantic reduplication. I don't know if that's an actual term used in linguistics or not, but you heard it here. Anyway, so unless you heard it somewhere else, of course. Cool stuff anyway. So now why in the world does Chinese do this thing, right? Why in the world does this happen? Now, my personal hypothesis, okay, is that English would do this thing too if it had the same number of homophones as Chinese has. So let's go back to the example of names for a second, okay? Now, when we introduce ourselves in Chinese, okay, when we introduce ourselves in Chinese, we say not only our name, but also how to write our name. So my name in Chinese, Bai Shi, it is not a particularly orthodox Chinese name. The surname Bai is quite common, but not really the word Shi, not really the given name Shi is very common. So, but I like it because it sounds like my name in English and it describes me very well. So when I introduce myself, right, I always say this, well, hi, my name's Bai Shi. That's Bai as in the color white and Shi as in east to west, right? And the reason that I have to explain this in Chinese is because the same sound, right, Bai Shi could mean a lot of different things, even down to the same tone. So that is saying bai, so bai, rising tone, shi, so second tone, first tone, rising tone, high even tone, right? So bai shi as opposed to, I don't know, bai shi, right? As opposed to bai shi. So that's one problem, but even if we have the right tones, bai shi, it could still mean a lot of different things. So like, and white west might not be the first thing that people think of, right? So my given name, so in Chinese your first name comes last, right? My given name, Shi, okay, could mean variously, this same syllable with the same tone could mean a few different things. Here's the first one, okay? Shi, there we go. Shi meaning to pretend, all right? So this is shi meaning pretend. We also have shi meaning servants. Okay, so we have 2 she's already with the same tone and the same pronunciation. She meaning to pretend. We also have the second she meaning a servant, right? And we could even also say she, like, I think, let's get rid of this. she meaning joy. Okay, she, and she, exactly the same sound, but we also have joy pretend insertion. So if I say my name's by she, how do you know which she it is? In fact, there are actually a total of 159 different she's with the same tone in standard Chinese. Okay, so of course, so I have to tell people it's not any of these, it's this one, she meaning west. Okay, so the same principle holds true in having conversation. Of course, context can help us a lot too. So, for example, if I'm at Starbucks, right, and I say this, if I say cha, it's probable that I mean this cha. Cha meaning tea. It's probable that I mean this cha rather than one of the other chas. For example, this one. Okay, cha, and this is another cha meaning like hillock, or like a small mound or something like that. Okay, so that's why a lot of people who are learning Chinese and not just this lack of conversational, situational context, that's why it's so difficult when you're learning a foreign language, not just Chinese, to have a phone conversation because you don't have the same visual and situational context. For example, like we're saying, if I'm in Starbucks, it's more probable that I'm talking about a tea, having tea than hillocks. Who wants a cup of a hillock, right? No one wants a cup of hillock. Nice hot cup of dirt, I don't know. At any rate, even in a so this visual and situational context is really important when we're talking about homophones, right? But even in a face-to-face conversation, sometimes context and meaning can be difficult to work out. That's where semantic reduplication, like we talked about earlier, that's where semantic reduplication comes in. So let's look one more time, okay, at our example, 睡觉. Okay, 睡觉 meaning, and who can remember, to sleep. Let's see if I can do it this time without looking at my notes. All right, sorry guys, had to look at my notes there, but this is the right one. I done goofed. So anyway, 睡觉is or remember for to sleep, right? And 睡 and 觉 both by themselves mean sleep. Put together, it makes a compound word that also means sleep. Okay, so this by itself, by the words 睡 and 觉 by themselves, and in a conversation where we can't look at the written symbol, 睡 by itself again could mean up to 17 different things, one of which is this 睡, meaning sleep. Similarly, 觉 could mean up to 47 different things, one of which, this particular 觉, is to sense, to perceive, to wake up, or to sleep, go to sleep. Therefore, by saying 睡觉, it becomes clear which of these many variants of 睡and 觉I mean to use. 睡and 觉 both mean a lot of different things by themselves, but if we put them together, we can make a logical jump to the meaning that is held in common by both. So that's why I think reduplication is such a big deal and such a cool phenomenon in Chinese. Even if we don't reduplicate the word itself, we do reduplicate the meaning. So I guess this cool phenomenon of reduplication is really a method, in Chinese anyway, of beating homophones with synonyms. And this richness of reduplication is one of the coolest, most beautiful treasures of the Chinese language that I think I've found so far. And you know, the more I learn, the deeper, the more of this beautiful Chinese language I learn, the deeper my appreciation of this richness becomes. It's really cool stuff. So anyway, that's all for today. I'll see you later. So see you next time, and everyone have a good one. Bye, guys.